All right, what's going on, guys? This is Logan with West Desert Wheeler. Today, we've got our Rock Pirates RC truck out here. It is on Capra axles, rear steer, lightweight chassis build, some awesome components going on with it. This thing is super capable that I've been competing with this year in the Utah North vs. South series, and it's done very well. We made it out to one of my absolute favorite places, which is Babylon, one of my ultimate rock crawling places to go to. Super excited to be out here this morning. It's gonna get hot, so we better get going, hit these rocks before it's too hot out here. Of course, we got our crazy trail friend, Sydney, out here. This is my puppy, a good dog. She's no stranger to the channel, lots of her running around in the background. But guys, here we go. So we got this Capra Axle performance truck with a SCX Pro body on it. So I'm getting my tire a little trapped up already. And that was pretty nasty. I don't know what was clogging me up there. All right, rear came through no problem. So this obstacle is super cool. It reminds me of a real obstacle in Sand Hollow that they run with the full-size buggies. And that's the Skyscraper Trail entrance. So you just stand up super vertical, and then you have to make a hard turn after the pinch. Now this truck I am not running sliders on. So she squeezes through no problem. I guess no problem may be an understatement, but we made it, so. But I brought this truck out to a trail that I like to call zip tie, because the first time I came through here, I had to zip tie my axle together to get out of the trail. And ever since then, that's what I've been calling it. I feel like that's a pretty natural way for real trails to get their names. Is something goes wrong on one of the first trips through, and then that's just kind of what you refer to it as. I almost had that sidewall to pull me up in the rear. Trying to use these SL3D squid inserts in the rear to push it up. Not quite. What happens if I just drive into the overhang? Man, there are tiny little bugs out here that just love to crawl in my ears right now, and they're driving me insane. There she goes. Wonderful. This is a very fun off-camber ledge. You got to find the traction where it is. Sometimes that can be tricky to do depending on your rig. Now this truck does have a long wheelbase, which does help on steep climbs. I think it's like 13.2. I've got my own Cut'N'Shut J-Concepts tusks. Although J-Concepts now makes the tusk in a Cut'N'Shut size, the 5.25 height. I just essentially made my own custom set out of 5 J-Concepts Tusk 4.75 tires. But they're kind of irrelevant now. I was offering them as kind of one-offs to certain people who wanted the tusks, but tusks have always been very difficult to get a hold of. So the guys who wanted a set had to send them in to me. But like I say, you can just buy the J-Concepts 525 2.2 tires now, which is great that J-Concepts is paying attention to low profile 2.2s. It's a great tire size for a lot of rigs. Ah, that was almost it. Okay, we're just gonna crab our way out. Nice. Like I say, you gotta find that traction, you'll get it. So two of my favorite obstacles on this trail are just a few feet apart from each other, and they're both very difficult, and we're working our way up to the first one here. But let's talk about some of the stickers on this truck, because I really try and represent the companies that are in the trucks with all the stickers on my rigs. So right on the hood we see Proline. That's because I make a ton of Proline cut and shut tires. This truck, as well as all my trucks, I will switch tires back and forth on. We're about to flip over. And so that's why Proline is on the hood. We got Reefs RC, of course, because, oh man, there's a bug in my ear. Holy crap. Reefs RC is awesome. They help support me with all my rigs. So huge thanks to Reefs. And who else have we got on here? We got Rock Pirates on the windshield, of course. Those guys have supported me for a long time and I greatly appreciate it. They've been continuing to come out with excellent products, just one after another for a couple of years now. Always performance enhancing and useful and affordable. They make well-priced stuff. American made, they're very adamant about that. So definitely got to support the Rock Pirates for supporting USA made stuff. All right, I'm not quite gonna get that high side line over there. Let's see if we can get one a little bit lower. Still steep, good breakover, working our way through. On the back window, who we got? I guess we got a Vanquish sticker in the extended cab rear window. Vanquish always subject to being on my builds. I love their products. Again, USA made, really high quality. And yeah, you can't argue the quality of Vanquish, man. The reason Vanquish is on this truck is because this body was on my Kraken build, and that guy had aluminum Capra axle housings from Vanquish, so that's why the Vanquish ended up on there. But you can find Vanquish servo horns on just about any of my builds. Look at the way this thing gets that hook up top. And then you just use those rears to drive up and around. No sliders, really helping on that. This truck made that look way too easy. That was sick. Another sticker on the windshield, a Sky RC. Sky RC supports every single one of my rigs I have. He's supported every event that I've personally hosted and has supported just about every event in southern Utah. So huge thank you to Sky RC Hobby Shop in St. George. If you guys are ever checking out the area for Sand Hollow or Zion National Park, be sure to stop by Sky RC, say what's up, let them know that you heard of Sky RC through West Desert Wheeler. And there's been a ton of people who have done that, so thank you guys, because you know, it helps me out too. So thank you guys. I'm gonna take a slight reverse here, get these rears worked down this wall. A little bit of rubbing on something going on, but then on the opposing side on the window, I did see a Spec RC sticker. So Spec RC makes custom CNC wheels. Everybody always says that they're completely out of stock all the time. That's not exactly true. What he does is he opens books and opens them up for orders at specific times. You got to follow his Instagram. He'll post when books are open. You can choose any design you want in the specific wheel style that he's manufacturing at that time, and you can get whatever style you want in that specific wheel style. He makes a ton of wheel design variants, and probably more than any other wheel brand. He will post limited edition anodized wheels, but man, they sell fast. So I got a standard set right here. These are 2.2s, and then I just had them Cerakoted locally. So a bronze and gray combo. Looks killer. I love it. And Spec RC 2.2s. I've got locked up RC scale hardware on the rings and Vanquish scale hardware on the hubs, as well as Vanquish SLW hubs. One of the recent additions of stickers to this truck has been Chicken Bone RC. They make RC lanyards for controllers. Tons of colors. Derek is a younger kid, and he's helping support his hobby addiction through making RC lanyards for people. So it's awesome to see a young gun out there killing it with his little side business, and wish him all the best for sure. And thanks for their support too. I've got a chicken bone lanyard on right now. Horsefly just landed on my hand. All right, don't freak out. So let's dip this front end to weight transfer to the rear. I've always struggled staying completely balanced through here. I've kind of always had to drop that front left in. And you gotta battle to get it back. Yeah, I didn't want to break a housing there. This is the obstacle where zip tie got its name, because this is where I broke an axle housing. No, I broke a servo mount on my Chupa. That's what it was. Getting ourselves into trouble here. No. So this obstacle being super challenging is why I enjoy it so much. It puts up a fight every time. You gotta earn it. Man, the bugs are horrible out here right now. So let's sneak our rears into the pinch. Ooh, I got my passenger sidewall in there to help me pull up this time. Hey, that's a better line. All right, I may have learned something there. Just got to get that front tire back balanced. And we got to go around to the front to see where we're dropping in, because this is an excellent technical crack up and down. It's one of the really cool formations out here. And as you drop in down this side, it's actually really important to get yourself lined up where you're trying to end up. You got to stay balanced. We'll see whether this truck is wide enough to run the high line or not. And I'll explain that here in a second. It's looking like it's probably going to go under. Man, these flies in my ears, holy crap. They're just tiny little things, man. They're so annoying. So that front left tire on screen here should be my front passenger. Sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it goes down. Okay, this would be the high line. It climbed it. So she came up and over that one. And then the rear is a question as well. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. But, I mean, it's the difference of like millimeters in width on your truck can make the difference there. Also, the overdrive on the front makes it want to climb more than the rear. Try not to lose the front. We can just let the rear fall through. That's not as big of a deal. Oh dear. The rear's trying to climb up at this point, which is not ideal. Well, we just lost the front drive shaft, so got to figure something out. All right, so we got our truck repaired, just a couple of set screws on the old drive shaft. Putting it in a crazy bind like that and working forward to reverse, yeah, those things are prone to come out. Just need to get some better Loctite on them, I suppose. Made that climb super easy. There's been quite a few rigs I own that actually struggle on that one, which doesn't look very difficult, but sometimes obstacles will trick you into thinking they're easy. This is just one of the coolest sections of the trail. Just this natural formation that creates this excellent, fun crack. Back to stickers, I suppose. Got SL3D RC in the back window. They make squid inserts, which are 3D printed tire inserts. They're excellent. I run them in just about all of my rigs. The only one I really don't is because he doesn't make it in that specific size. He makes a ton of sizes, don't get me wrong, but it's my MOA with loaded dice. That's what I don't run it in. There we go. We got Bone Box RC in the back window on the left, that little coffin with the bones crossed up in it. That's just a rowdy group of boys from California. Those guys are awesome. Love the Bone Box crew. Excited to hang out with them at Proline by the Fire again this year. Deez company on the back of the truck. My Kraken had the Deez bands on it. This one I just haven't got them ordered up yet. But Dustin at Deez company makes a fantastic product. It will increase the performance of your rig. Do not hesitate. Grab yourself a set of Deez bands. They're an elastic shock band that help hold the nose down but don't stop full articulation. And he's got different lengths as well as these loops, which are a little bit stronger to hold the nose down more firm. And then just the single bands, you got metal ends, 3D printed ends, a whole bunch of colors. So you can make it match your rig. It's good stuff. Check out Deez company. Looks like I tore my sidewall on that J Concepts on my front passenger. See a little hole on the side of the tire. I'm gonna take a peek at that in a minute. I made it through here with an SCX6 once. Not a great idea, but it worked. All right, to my knowledge, this has never been done, so let's see if we can make this truck pull it off first. And get these rears up before, there we go. We're gonna bring it across. We're gonna use that ledge on the right side to try and get some extra belly clearance. Straighten up our rears, up and out. Barely even touch the skid. Damn. What'd you think of that, Sid? Less than impressed, apparently. She couldn't believe her eyes. All right, guys, so on my Cut'N'Shuts, there's a seam straight up from here and here. You can see that because like the pound sign on that molding is right there and it says J Concepts TS. So it's just a little funky there. The rip in the sidewall is the factory tire. It's not even the glue joint. So if you guys are wondering how tough Cut'N'Shuts are, they're plenty tough, no doubt. All right, so we're taking a detour here. I've never come over here before. I was wheeling along and I was looking around and I was like, hey, I think that might be possible to drive up. So that's what we're here to find out. Ooh, nice. Lots of steering angle to get that front to chase that up. Got to squeeze past this stupid little sapling. It's a stabby bush anyway. I wouldn't care if it went away forever. But we won't, it'll stay there. Calm down. Oh, there's our battery. Time to swap out to a new pack. All right, I swapped the battery in place, which sometimes I will do if I'm in the middle of a hard line. And I feel like I got a little bit lucky getting that front end through there. It just kind of squeezed through. So now we got to transfer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip our rear in, and it's gonna try and pick up that front right tire, which we actually want. So now that it's starting to really drop, now we're gonna time our turn to try and carry that front right across the gap. It's floating. And then we're gonna use our rear steer to time when we want that front end to come back down right now. And she should lay it right back down. It's got forward weight bias, so at this point the front's on the ground. It's in control of the rear. The rear's just gonna fall off. So that's kind of how you do one of those transfers. And the more forward weight bias you are, the harder that becomes. And this truck is very forward weight bias, so luckily that worked out. And didn't make me look like an idiot as I was talking. Nice, that was a cool climb. A lot of sand and big consequence, so don't fall off. But as we wrap around this corner, everything continued to look drivable. Unfortunately, once we get to the top, it doesn't lead anywhere. You get up on top of a big rock and there's just cliffs on 3 sides of it. And then this route is the way we're getting up. Easy, truck. There we go, there we go. That front right up. Now bring the rear around. Reach, reach, brake over. Beautiful. I don't think we need to venture any anywhere down right there. Maybe we could try a crazy ass hang gang line here. Need the rear closer to the wall. Man, that's close. Okay, we got our hook. I suppose the question at this point is, what do we want to do with our hook? If we can get our rear to pull harder. Oh man, that was close. Don't go down there. Ooh. Yeah, we don't want to fall off that, so maybe that isn't the best place for a hang gang, but we had the hook. Just didn't quite find a way to get the rest of the truck up. So we're gonna take this little pinch over here. This is just every day's business. Square up the rear. There we go, much better. Just the angle of approach there is all that made all that difference. As that front end drops down, pulled those rears right up. Well, straight and left looks a little boring, so let's get up to there and then let's back up. Yeah, I'm not liking the look of that with plastic axles. So we'll just take our original exit plan and execute that. Beautiful. And here we made it to the top, nice flat top, big cliffs all around. We gotta carry it back down. All right guys, we're working our way over to a secret canyon along this trail. It's tucked away and it's pretty tricky to get your way up into it. So we're gonna pick our way through here, see if we can't find a line to get up to and access what is a very difficult pinch in the canyon and then a crazy exit. So what we're gonna do is actually crab along here, try and get that front tire hooked up top. Yep, she's gonna pull right through. A lot of sidewall there is gonna pull the truck right up and over. Beautiful. I mean, we may be able to go up these ledges. Let's try it. A little too off camber there. I'll hit it more square, or maybe the opposite angle. Maybe not. That's all right. So now we got to get over here. We do have to get up on top of this ledge though. That's not optional. We got to get up. Beautiful. This truck's doing work, man. These tusks are doing good. A lot of people ask how I like the tusks. They're very good tires. I don't know if they're replacing my crawlers as my favorite, but I've been running them quite a bit. I do like them. They're certainly worth running, and I think it just depends on the exact rock you're on if they're the best or not. And I think where I'm at with all the sandstone, the answer is not. All right. Now we're entering into the secret canyon. Hidden canyon? I guess it'd be hidden because it's not a secret anymore, right? Just try to get our front chassis spacer clear of that rock on our drop in. Now, typically through here you got to pick left or right, and you got to lean it all over stupid. So we're gonna go left side. which means I'm actually gonna back up and start climbing here. You know, maybe just having that right like that. See, you gotta get through there sideways. Bugs, man, killing me today. Ugh. I've recently been getting into the RC planes, and I've been watching a lot of Two Brothers RC. That dude can fly really well, and I like his reviews. So if you like RC planes, check him out. But I believe he's in North Carolina, and he talks about bugs a lot there. I feel for the dude, man. It's hard to film and deal with bugs, and I'm sure he's got more than I do because it's way more green where he's at than where I'm at. So you got to get just stupid sideways with it. Maybe smash the body a little more than we anticipated. Ah, man. I can correct the front end by backing up and getting more tread on the ground, but the body is holding me up. There we go. Smash it through. Come on, truck. Come on, correct it. Yeah, that's typically how this goes. Luckily, I've got the Pro body on it because it's a very low profile body. Beautiful, she pulled through. Let's go check out this exit drop. I'm certainly excited there's a good amount of shade out here in this canyon, so that's nice. Maybe I'll just run this 4 more times. Okay, now we've got a big drop down into a V-crack that turns into another really vertical drop. So let's see how this guy does. Got a lot of breakover. So I'm thinking I should be able to keep my tires on the ground a pretty good amount. So I'm actually going to intentionally drive my rear into this wall, kind of as a brake like that. I'm going to try and get my front tires to come down nice and even, and I can just kind of wiggle my rear steer to give me some forward momentum travel, whatever you want to call it. Okay, our fronts are nice and square, exactly where I want. Rear comes down nice and smooth. That overall went pretty good. I got to get that rear over. Now the rear is going to drop into a low point as the front comes off the wall. So like, it's not gonna flip over forwards. And then I'm gonna start turning driver to counter this overhang that we're dealing with. And then we're gonna use our rear steer to just let that truck sit as low as possible. But we are getting to the point where the rear is gonna start climbing now. Trying to take a little tension off that rear servo. And get ready for some drop action. Overall, super controlled, just a little blip of the throttle at the end. And she did it, man. That was sick. First try, too. I'm kind of in an exploring mood today. I'm gonna go try some more lines I see off the side of the trail. I've been up in this general area before. There is an obstacle up top. I think I've never made, I don't remember if I made it or not. I'm trying to get that rear to climb and then pull up. There it is. Now I gotta get this front to climb as well. So it does that because I had my rears turned so sharp. Oh, don't lose it, rear. Dang it. See, it's doing the opposite now that I have my rears turned the other way. just binding up this link suspension, and it will do that. Trying to settle it with some rear steer movement. Actually want to get those rears pinched in a little harder. Rear and front are trying to climb right at the same time. Yeah, let's dump the right rear in to take pressure off that front left and help it climb, because that back left tire's got a pretty good bite to push. Okay, let's see if we can't get it around that rock point in the rear. We'll just take a hook wherever we can find it, I guess. Floating, floating. Gotta get the rear up. Maybe we'll just drag it through. Uh-oh. Damn. Almost had that, guys. Let's try off to the left. It wasn't looking real promising at the end, but she put up a hell of a fight. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep. Come on. Don't slide off. Come on. Need that front end more vertical. Just trying to go straight. There are like 17 bugs on my face right now. It's driving me crazy. Call this video West Desert Wheeler Gets Attacked by Bugs. All right. Sometimes exploring goes like this. You gotta sit there and battle and figure something out and try different lines. Okay. Good enough. We'll take it. It's progress. Tried some hard stuff, and she was close on both. That rear will never come out of there if I don't get it out of there now. All right, we'll just drive around that big rock, I guess. What about that top left corner? Floated a front tire in there. Whoa, whoa. Dog, good hell. Just trying to get that tire up to get my skid clear. Maybe provide a hook for us to pull down on. Well, it's not looking like she wants that one. But guys, this is truly like how I go out and explore. I just look for stuff that looks very challenging and try it. And you'll get a good feel for what actually is possible or not. All right, we're gonna get all sideways on this one. Slide around it. Very cool. This rock is pretty wild out here. There's lots of stripes in it. Sometimes the rocks will be like 4 different colors. They'll be like purple and red and white. Yes, that was 3. Use your imagination for the other one. Blue. How about blue? Okay, good enough. Now, yeah, I know I tried this with my 3-link Capra, but it doesn't have rear steer. It does have dig, and this guy also has a lot of wheelbase compared to that car. Nope, that's not how I want to do it. I want to drive it balanced. We'll try it balanced the first few times. That's balanced. Front tires on both walls. Got lots of overdrive. So what that is right there is those rears are not overdriven, but the fronts are. And so it'll break traction on the fronts and it'll really upset the truck if you're not ready for it. So keep that in mind if you're going up something with like a big vertical wall for your rears to come up. Your fronts are gonna start spinning. And in a crack like that, I could have killed the whole line, but I anticipated that coming. It wasn't beautiful or like perfect, but it worked. We're gonna time our turn here, so I don't belly out too hard. Excellent. That motor hasn't quite self-clearanced on that rod end just yet. That's what that little buzzing noise is. Under a certain articulation, it will just buzz it. Okay guys, we're closing in on killing a GoPro battery, which means we've gotten a ton of footage with this truck already. So hope you guys are enjoying the longer video. I just love crawling around a Babylon out here. Whoa, settle down, truck. I've done a similar line like this before. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ah. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. There it is. All right. Now we're gonna bank our front tire up and off that rock. Use our rear steer to keep it down. She's rim locked in there. There, come on. It's so close. Sydney is joining us for a little crawling session. All right, that could be what we needed. No, 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 the rear fell out. Damn it, come on, man. All right, guys, we're gonna drop into one of the most technically demanding lines out on this trail. We're gonna try it from the dropping into the crack approach. You can also start from the bottom of the crack and drive it balanced. Stupid stabby bushes. soon as that front left hits, it's gonna start forcing that rear down. But if we can get it to climb, it should carry that back left up. I usually don't like going through this part. Try a little reverse. There we go. Could I have just driven from the bottom? Yep. Would it have been as fun? Nope. Now this whole tree is just trying to stab me right here. Having a rough day in the desert today, I guess. All right, let's get around front so we can see this thing come through the end of this. I think one of the last times I was in here, I broke a Capra axle. So you gotta be careful. I'm sure it was probably compromised at that point. These should be pretty solid. I think this is a newer set. Got machined overdrive in the front, but I think I'm running stock portal gears in the rear right now. Sintered metal. And I've broken quite a few sets of those before. Typically the plastic housing will break before the gear sets do. But when you run metal housings, then you go through portal gears. All right, so we gotta stay balanced on the drop. And we gotta set ourselves up for a turn through just a really wild like a Y-shaped V-notch. It's pretty wild. So, front's coming down, but we also need to keep it angled a little bit high passenger. This Holmes revolver is so nice for just that creepy crawly speed. V3 ESC from Holmes. I really like that combo. This Team Spec's buttery smooth too. Yep, we're gonna execute your turn now. That actually worked out really well. I've had times where I have to like float that front tire really hard. And right now it's just the body kind of holding us up. See, she's unloading. We can actually probably reach all the way over to this little wood stump. And then just let it slide past it. The rear's coming down through. Beautiful. We're gonna straighten up our rear. Pull that rear up and out. That front tire climbing is helping that rear climb as well. 777's putting in work. We're a little dog-legged here. Absolutely excellent there. That's how I like to run that line. Does not always go my way either. But this truck got her done. That was sweet. Most excellent. Out of zip tie we go. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed going out here and doing rear steer lines with my Rock Pirates truck. I had a ton of fun, and I hope it comes through on camera. And I greatly appreciate you guys watching. I will link down below most of those companies I have the stickers for on my truck. They're all great dudes. Be sure to follow them on their social medias. Usually Instagram is where I do. Most of them probably have a Facebook page as well. You can find me on Instagram at West Desert Wheeler and westdesertwheeler.com. I really appreciate you guys watching. Use the affiliate links down below. I will write out which ones are affiliate links. It's A-Main and Horizon. I've got a Amazon one as well, so anything you purchase through there kicks a percentage my way. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps support me here on the channel. I am going full-time YouTube and running my own business, West Desert Wheeler, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next time. Keep the rubber side down.